Namaste all. I hope you are doing well and you all are safe. I welcome you all on the behalf of Himalayan Yoga Association. My name is 𝐲𝐨𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐿 and I am your Ashtanga teacher. We are going to be discussing about some terms in Ashtanga, some basic terms, some alignment of the postures. I hope you enjoy this course and you find it fruitful. Namaste. Namaste to all of you. I hope you all are doing well and absolutely enjoying your life. So let's start today's session with again chanting of Om and the opening mantra of Ashtanga. So for that, just sit comfortably on the mat. Simply cross your legs, keeping your knees nicely towards the floor, keeping your spine tall and relaxed, keeping your shoulders nicely rolled back. Close your eyes very gently. Bring your palms together and Namaskar Mudra. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in. Vande Gurunam Charinarvinde Sandarsita Swatma Sukhavabodhe Nisreyase Janglikayamane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantye Abahu Purushakaram Sankhchakra Siddharinam Sahasrasar Samsvetam Pranimamim Patanjalim. From here, drop your forehead gently down towards the fingers. Pray to the God, gather some positive energy, prepare your mind, prepare the energy. Lift your head up, rub your palms together, so create a nice and positive warmness, energy between your palms, and try to feel that energy. Now very gently take your palms towards your face, towards your eyes. Try to just feel that energy, receive that positive energy. Take your palm towards your heart center. Release your arms down. Very gently open your eyes by looking down. So in this particular session, we are going to discuss about two postures which are known as by the name of Vista Konasana. The English name of Vista Konasana is butterfly pose. You can call it cobbler's pose. The second posture is Vista Konasana. Vista Konasana, we can call it wide angle forward bend. Now, if you perform this posture before any sort of warm up, it may be awkward. You may feel some tight muscles there. You may not be able to perform these postures. But once you perform those, all the challenging postures in Ashtanga, which we talked about in previous sessions, those give you a proper warmness so that you feel very comfortable in these postures. So how these postures are going to look like, just let's talk about that. So the first posture is, today's first posture is Vista Konasana, bowed angle pose or your butterfly pose. Now from here, just be in downward facing dog firstly. When you perform the half vinyasa, you just always come into the posture after half vinyasa. So after half vinyasa, when you are coming into the posture, firstly, you are going to land in Dandasana. From Dandasana, what you are going to do, you are going to rotate your both hip externally out so that your knees will be facing towards the opposite direction, towards the right and left direction firstly. And from here, very gently, just bring your feet slightly closer, bring your both sole of the feet closer to each other so that they are touching each other. From here, just try to bring your heels slowly towards your perineum. towards your genitals. From here, if you have tight hip muscles, then your knees will be up in the air. That's all right. You can we'll be talking about some modifications of the postures. So from here, just open the inner arches of your feet. So I'm just changing the direction so that you can see me properly from here. So what we did, we rotated our thighs externally out. Now from here, we grabbed our shin bone and we just brought our both sole of the feet together. So we brought our heel close to our perineum. From here, you're going to open the inner arch of your feet. So it doesn't matter that your feet are close to your perineum or it is like slightly far away. What matters is just you are providing a nice openness to your hip joint. So opening the inner arches of your feet, and what is the most important thing here, you need to just press the outer edge of the feet very firmly against each other. So that will activate the outer edge of the muscles of your legs. From here, just press the outer edge very firmly, and that will always drag your knees down towards the mat. So from here, inhale, lift your chest up, chin up, look up. Lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bend your elbows and drop your torso down towards your feet. So you're going to do that with a nice tall spine, and you're going to hold there. If you are very flexible, you may be able to drop your chin or forehead down towards the floor. If you're not flexible, then that's all right, but you're going to be somewhere in the middle. From here, spending 5 breaths here, and as you inhale, you're going to lift your trunk all the way up. Now from here, as you exhale, you're going to round your spine firstly. So again, I'm changing the side from here. As you inhale, you're going to round your spine, and exhale, you're going to drop your forehead down towards your feet. So it's a B variation of this Baddha Konasana. So the B variation is about, you are going to bring all the 3 bandhas in the postures. So here again, you're going to hold it for 5 breaths. After spending the 5 breaths here, again, you're going to come all the way up with the inhalation. And then as you exhale, you're going to release your legs. Now, if you're a beginner, it may be challenging for you, especially if you're going to perform it initially without performing some, challenging postures. For that, you can do one thing. You can just always adjust a cushion or a block underneath your hips. So that will provide a kind of, elevation from the ground. So that will help you to bring your knees closer towards the mat. And that will also help you to just bring your heel close to your perineum. And that will allow your spine to nice lengthen properly. So how we are going to use these props, these block cushion, let's talk about that. So as you can see, I have got these props, I have got cushion, I have got yoga block. So what you can do here, you can just adjust a cushion underneath your hips, and then you can perform it, rotating your thighs out, bringing your feet together, and try to feel the difference. Try to see the difference, what it is bringing to your posture. So in this way, you can bring the heel closer, and then you will feel you are providing a nice openness to the hips. So this is one thing here. If you are struggling to drop your forehead down towards the mat or on the mat, you can do one thing here again. You can place the block just in front of the feet. So in horizontally or in vertically position, it depends on your flexibility, that where you are in the posture. If you are just halfway down, I suggest you to do it, to place the block vertically and drop your forehead down like this. If you can go slightly more deep, then you can just adjust it horizontally, and then you can drop your forehead down. So in this way, you can just adjust these props. The second variation, the variation B of this posture, it's a slight complicated, since you have to just make your spine round in this posture. So you are going to do that with a nice engagement at the core. When you just engage your core, it will protect your lower back, so you won't have to suffer from any kind of lower back challenge in that position. So need to do that while a strong contraction at your core muscles. So this was about Vista Konasana, butterfly pose. The second posture is Vista Konasana. So from half vinyasa, whenever we get into the posture, we directly just come into the posture. We don't land in Dandasana firstly and then just making our leg in that way that we can perform the asana. We just directly get into the posture. But since you are a beginner, for a beginner or even for an intermediate practitioner, I always suggest that firstly come into Dandasana, and from there on you can just change the position of your legs and you can just get into the posture with a proper inhalation and exhalation. The second posture is Vista Konasana. For that, from downward facing dog, again you are going to come into Dandasana first. From here, what you can do, just spread your both leg away from each other, so that they are just away from each other. As you inhale, lift your both arms up, and as you exhale, lean forward with a nice engagement at the core and try to grab the outer edges of the feet. So make sure the gap between the legs should be something so that you can grab the outer edges of the feet. If you're not able to grab the outer edges of the feet, you can just grab the big toes here like this. So as you can see here, I'm just changing the position here. You can just grab the big toes like this. But if you're able to grab the outer edges of the feet, you can grab the outer edges of the feet like this. And you can stay there. You can drop your chin down. You can drop your forehead down. It depends on your flexibility here. And you are going to spend 5 breath timing there. So after 5 breath, after spending 5 breath, as you inhale, lift your chest and chin up, look up. And as you exhale, just be there. And as you inhale, just bend your both knees one by one and drag your heel towards your sitting bones. And from there on, just try to lean back with a nice engagement at the core, and one by one lift your both legs in the air. Point your toes upward towards the ceiling, grabbing the outer edges, engaging the core, keeping the chest nicely open, and be there. You can look up or you can look forward wherever you feel comfortable, and be here, balance on your sitting bones for 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, as you exhale, you can just drop your heel down, and then you can follow the half vinyasa after that. Now, for the beginners and for those people who are not flexible, what I can suggest you can do one thing here. Again, you can adjust a cushion or double cushion. It depends on the flexibility of your body. You can adjust it underneath your hips. And then from here on, keeping your knees slightly bent, and with the bending knees, just go forward. If you're not able to grab your feet or your big toes, I suggest you to use the belt. If you don't have yoga belt, you can just grab a towel or simple belt if you have got, and then you can just adjust it around your feet. And instead of grabbing the feet, you can just grab this yoga belt and be there. Again, you can just adjust one block underneath your forehead if you're not reaching all the way down, and if your head is hanging in the posture. That is not a good sign. So keeping the block underneath your forehead and rest there. Keeping your legs engaged, keeping your spine nicely elongated, feet flexed, and be there for 5 breaths. Now after this, after spending the 5 breaths here, when you come into the second variation of this posture, where you have to lift your both legs up. So what you can do here, firstly, you need to bring your both knees closer to your abdomen, and you can just lift your legs up one by one from here. Again, if you're not able to grab your feet or toes and balance on your sitting bone. So you can again adjust a yoga belt or any kind of cloth there. You can just tie it around your feet and then you can just balance here like this. So in that way you can just think about your spine, your legs, your core muscles, your entire body. So instead of just grabbing your feet, you can just use the yoga belt and putting a cushion underneath your hip. So in that way you can just modify the posture and you can reduce the intensity of the posture. So this was about the 2 postures which we discussed in this particular session. In the upcoming sessions, we will be discussing about some more postures which are under the reclining pose, where you have to drop your back down on the mat and then you have to get into the posture after that. So those postures are known as reclining postures. So I hope you have learned a few basic terms here. You found this video as quite informative. We'll be just meeting in upcoming videos. So before that, you can just sit comfortably on your mat and close your eyes from here. Let's close the session with the chanting of Om and the closing mantra. Bring your palms together. Deep inhale. Swaste prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim ahimsa go brahmanebhya subhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Drop your forehead down. Feel the Shanti. Just give thanks to the God. Be thankful for everything you have. Lift your head up. Rub your palms together again. Place your palms in your eyes, in your throat, or in your chest, heart center. Release your arms by looking down, open your eyes. So, see you in the next session. Until then, enjoy, stay safe. Namaste.